Peace. Divine understanding. I just wanted to build with you on the science behind General Monk. General Monk is related to the Wisdom Builder, Destroy Degree in the Knowledge Freedom Cipher. So that would make General Monk a plus degree, or part of one of the plus degrees of the Wisdom Builder, Destroy Degree, because that's just a part of the story, is General Monk. And that's the part when, after the devil was manufactured, then he came to Mecca and throughout the Holy Land. So when they say Mecca, the Empire of Mecca. So what happened was, in the degree, the devil, as the degree says, the devil was causing confusion amongst the original people. Now, when you look at the degree and you see that they was looking at Mecca as an empire, which is just another name to say where the original man was at. The original man was throughout the whole planet, but the foundation to the original man was in the navel of the planet, the equator, all the way around the planet Earth. The equator, wherever you see the equator at, in the Tropic of Capricorn, the Tropic of Cancer, that's where the original man, and that's just generic, original man, woman, and child, they were there. That's where they were. That whole belt that goes around the planet. So that's like saying the Mecca of the original man. See, you gotta understand the language and elevate it, because if we don't elevate it to the mathematical equation that it manifesting itself at, which the Father seen that's why he gave us this understanding, so we can show and prove our what? Self. Because the whole degree is, don't get caught all up in the devil. It's just the history of the devil. Get caught up in coming together as one. That's what the lessons are always directing you back to that. Like when you read General Monk, you know, one part of the lesson might take you into Genesis 2:25 and Genesis 8:23 and Genesis 3:24. You might want to look at those, you know. But anyway, like the story was saying, the degree, the lesson, there's understandings to each sentence, but we don't have to get that deep to get the simplicity of what was being taught. What was being taught was, after the devil caused confusion amongst them, they ran him from what? Among them. You know what I'm saying? They ran him from among them. So even if you go on the geographical map, you'll see that it's about 2,200 miles, depending on which caves you want to go to and what route you take to get to the caves, because you're just not running in a straight line. You know, geographically it's impossible to just run on a straight line on land. If you're flying now, you can go in a straight line. So if I'm in the air, my 1,100 miles can be different than if I'm on foot, 1,100 miles. If I'm in a vehicle, 1,100 miles. If I am on a horse, 1,100 miles. If I am on a camel, or any of the different transportation modes. Because it could be what kind of horse was you on? You know, was you on a Clydesdale? I know that took you a long time. Now, if you want to see the way Elijah built and manifested the science behind General Monk, you know, if you want to see it or hear it for yourself, There are tapes called Theology of Time by Elijah Muhammad. I don't know if they're still around, but I got mine back in the days. It was passed on to me. So, I know the tapes are hot. Then somebody came out with this book, Theology of Time. Well, I'm not going to say, yeah, well, somebody came out with it. I don't remember who. They got Ab Rasul, National Secretary. They got Elijah's picture in there. And this is like a transcript of the tapes, because it's not a book, it's a lecture. As part of that history, he gives you 6,000 year history, and you've never seen this or heard this before. He'll give you 6,000 year history. You know, people kill me where this is a degree. This is on a higher level than a book. And then they'll read a book but won't read the degree. So Elijah put the degrees in a book by manifesting it, and then somebody put it in book form where his words were, you know. And that's the same thing that the guards did with the Father. His words are on paper. Mathematics, Alphabet 12, Jews 120 lessons. Because his words are showing and proving them when he took those degrees and then he gave us his understanding, which was the best part. That's why, you know, we could see mathematics on another level. You know, so General Monk ran the devil over the Carter region into the case of West Asia, they now call it Europe. That's who General Monk is. He was the general that they assigned to run that, to have that army, that garrison, escort him out from among us. You know, that could be looked at on a lot of different levels. You could say, yeah, he escorted him out from among us. So, one from among us. And that was, you know, where the plus degree came from. But that would be just like saying that, you know, how did you get away? Can you get away? Will you get away? Now, if you do the knowledge to the degree, it also says that they only ran the ones from among them that was causing mischief and mayhem in that particular time. It wasn't like the original man is a just man. It's not like he said, well, all you now, Elijah had the tendency to call the European the devil. Our Father taught us that is how Elijah saw it. But the actual fact to it was, those that was causing confusion and mischief are the ones that you won from among you. Those that are adding on and showing and proving, those are the ones that you add on to. You feel me? So that's why we can look at the degree and see the whole totality of what is being made manifest. Elijah was using shock therapy to hit the psychic so he could wake the people up, because they didn't understand who the enemy was. You know what I'm saying? Because there are natural animals in the animal kingdom, and they are natural enemies toward each other, even though they can live in harmony. Because you've seen stories, and I know you heard stories of where cat and dog live together and live peacefully. It's all good. It's not that it can't be done, but natural enemies go after natural enemies when they haven't been brought up around them. You see, and that's the animal kingdom. But man can think. You can reason. You see what I'm saying? Um, Men can live together without butchering one another. They can do it. So in other words, keep negativity away from yourself. Keep negativity away. Get it off your what? Planet. You know what I'm saying? Run the devil from off of your planet. Your planet is your physical composition. You know what I'm saying? Destroy them 4 devil's heads inside your physical composition. That's what you gotta do.